Introducing first, the fighter to my right, fighting out of the B2 Digital blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 140 pounds. From Chicago, Illinois, representing Intercept MMA, Oscar the Shank Jurado. And his opponent to my left, fighting out of the Triton Funds red corner. He stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. He has a strong style. His name is Ben Mudbug Willeford.
A lot of experience between these two fighters. 16 fights between the two. So you're looking at two seasoned amateur fighters here.
As you said, Ben's head coach is Marcus Marinelli. Boxing coaches are Alex Cooper and Coach Joe.
Cody Stevens is in his corner as well, who, as we all know, has got a ton of MMA experience. We're going to see how Oscar kind of handles this. He keeps switching his lead foot. You know, he's got the height and reach advantage. Let's see if he takes his hands off of his body a little bit, gives up a little bit of power, just to make a little more contact. You know, and Ben Willeford is doing the right thing. He's either got to get way far away, or he's going to get right up on Oscar. You can't stay in that mid-range. You can't be chasing somebody with that type of reach in the mid-range. You get chewed up.
Yeah, and I think you guys can tell the difference between these amateur fights and some of the other. With a little bit more experience, they look a lot more seasoned, and they seem like they get it a little bit more. Well, quite a bit more, actually.
These are two very experienced amateur fighters.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, fighting is, you know, it's obviously a fight, but it's also a dance. And you got to kind of understand that before you can really progress and go far in the sport.
Yeah. And I always tell people that's exactly what being an amateur is about. It's about learning how to be a good professional fighter. That should be the main goal. Big right hands being thrown right there.
So Oscar keeps going for that takedown, but it's he's not really committing to it. I apologize, Ben. Ben keeps going for that takedown, and he's not committing to it. I apologize. We're running through these fights quick, man.
Yeah, well, Oscar needs to do a better job of being the longer fighter. The reach advantage is a great thing if you use it. If you don't use it, it doesn't help at all.
Ben finally committed to that double leg and got it.
See how he's wrapping those legs up.
It's that Dagestani system of wrestling. Is that what you're trying to say?
I love that. Ever since I started seeing Khabib do that, I've been working on it. And it's very difficult to get out. There's not a lot you can do from that position.
It's such a simple, like,
it's so easy. How did I not think of that before?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you can't do too much. You can just blanket the guy, hold him down, work on throwing a lot of little punches in there. But it's very frustrating being the guy who has his legs trapped like that. I still don't know the best thing to do to get out of it.
Well, I think Ben has got to do something with it. You know, he's got to start climbing. You know, he technically, like, if you look at it, if he can get just shimmy above Oscar's knees, he can walk right into mount. Yeah. But you know, if he keeps that position and not really do anything with it, he doesn't have a lot of leverage to throw heavy punches.
And that's the thing. You don't really even, from what I've seen with it, you don't really do too much with it besides land little punches and make the other guy on bottom spend a lot of energy trying to get out of it.
He's got to, Ben has got to shimmy up. He's got to get above the knee. There you go. That's exactly where he wanted to be.
Yeah. But you have to break it open for that to work.
Yeah.
With the wrestling advantage, Ben was able to win the round.
I think he did. He kind of nickel and dimed the time on that round. Yeah, but if I'm Oscar, if I'm Danny Summers, in Oscar's corner, I'm kind of letting him know, hey, use your range.
Yeah. And here, look at that. That's a good view right there. That could be special right there. Figure four in the legs, trapping
that Eastern Bloc wrestling style.
Exactly. Now, like we talked about right there, Oscar, if I'm in his corner, I'm looking, say, look, the Shank, here's what you have to do. You've got to be better about keeping this fight in your range, keeping it from a distance where you could land strikes and Ben can't. Make him commit to that takedown, smash him, throw uppercuts, guillotine chokes.
If Ben Willeford, he didn't take his stool right away. He stood up, took some real deep breaths of air, made sure it went to the bottom of his belly before he took that stool. And you know where that comes from?
Training?
Experience. Yep, experience, training, coaching.
Yeah.
How valuable is it to have that many years of wrestling under your belt?
Oh my goodness, man!
So,
I mean,
yeah.
wrestling is very, very similar to MMA, just different moves, you know. So the more wrestling you have, the more one-on-one experience you have, that adrenaline you get, it doesn't dump quite as much as it does for a guy who hasn't had the wrestling.
Yeah, that grind, though, that wrestling gives you.
Oh my! It's second to none.
No, it's who knew wrestling was a martial art 20 years ago?
Yeah, not I.
Man, we are beginning round 2.
Third man into the cage is George Conley.
So if you look at the energy of the two fighters, Ben Willeford is burning twice as much energy as Oscar, and it's the size and reach advantage will make you do that.
Yeah, I mean you kind of have to as that guy on the outside a lot of times. If the guy who has the longer range knows how to utilize it.
I'd almost like to see Oscar start ripping like just straight front kicks right to the
Like
body,
that.
just
Right
like
there.
that. Yep.
Did he hear you? Are you talking too loud?
Yeah, he should do it again. Like he keep the pressure on and just keep ripping those kicks to the body.
I love when you do that, like so, because then eventually the punches land too, because they're looking at your feet too much.
Chris, you are very familiar with being the shorter fighter in your weight class, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up, Kelly.
Not a slide at you, but what is your strategy with that?
Trying to close that gap. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
No,
you're facing someone who's taller than you.
You have to wait for the right time, get the proper angle, and explode in. But you have to do it defensively. You have to throw some jabs out there to try and get their hands up. Or a lot of times, overhand rights. Just try and do whatever you can to get inside. You don't want to be in that mid-range.
Yeah, so Oscar is in a position right now where he's just stuck. Like he can't get Ben off of him, and that's why you got to use your range. Like he needs to avoid this type of situation.
Yeah. Now, I mean, that is a lot easier said than done. You need to make him pay every time. He needs to make Ben pay every time he gets in here because he's not winning this part. It evens out if you're winning the outside, and then when you get in here, you can negate it.
Even open hand strikes to the ear, anything. Just you gotta stay busy against the fence because right now, I mean, there's not much happening against you, but it appears in the judge's eyes that you're not advancing in order to win the round.
Yeah. So I mean, he's right now. I'd like to see the forearm kind of across the face to pry your opponent away from him. A good knee landed right there. He's getting a little bit of space. Good.
Yeah, Oscar's getting a little bit of space, and he's starting to make Ben pay.
Yeah. See how he's pushing the face away right there. Good balance being displayed right there. Oscar's looking really good right now. Yeah. See how he's getting his legs apart right now, making it very difficult. Oh, Ben locked him up. That's difficult. If he can lock him up better, he's going to go for a ride.
And if you look where the fight is transpiring, it's in Oscar's corner.
Good knees right there. Oscar's doing a much better job this round. Oh, tagging him with a big right hand.
What a fight.
Stalking his opponent right now. Good uppercuts. Oh, big punches being thrown right now. Pouring it on, knee being landed. I'd like to see another knee.
Oscar's got to start ripping more body kicks. He's got to keep Ben guessing.
Ben looks tired right now. He's spent a lot of energy trying to push his opponent against the fence, trying to get those takedowns. I don't think people realize how tiring takedowns are.
Mike, you said it in the first round. Ben was exerting more energy than Oscar was early in this fight, and that is appearing to pay dividends for Oscar.
That energy expenditure is everything.
That last 40 seconds, I felt, was so much all Oscar that he won the round.
Now if you look at where Ben is.
Good move right there. Oscar's doing a much better job this round. Oh, tagging with a big right hand.
What a fight.
Stalking his opponent right now. Good uppercuts. Big punches being.
Alex Cooper, I think, is in the range. Ben right now is concentrating on, rather than overall advice right away, he got air into his fight.
At that level, he's had some fights. He kind of knows what he's trying to do. The main thing he needs to do there is get him to calm down and get that air intake.
Yes. So I think the first minute of this round, we're going to see whether Ben can catch his second wind, or is he gonna cave? Because I'll tell you this, Oscar's
starting to peak.
he's fighting to finish the fight. He's not trying to win rounds. He's trying to finish the fight.
One thing I noticed about Ben was he got rocked there a couple times late in that second round, but he was just throwing bombs immediately after. He is not giving up.
Oh, not at all.
Oscar is not even breathing heavy, did not even remove his mouthpiece in between rounds. He is off of his stool with plenty of time left to rest. And I think the math equation that you go through in the corner, I think they went back and they both kind of came upon the solution together.
As Ben right now, I'm thinking you got to get this fight to the ground. You know, kind of grind it out and try and get a victory. I think you won the first round. You lost the second. You got to grind this out, man.
In the meantime, avoid getting pieced up again while trying to get that takedown.
Yep, just like he did exactly what we talked about. He did whatever he can to try and get this takedown.
Go back to the body. If you're
Oh,
Oscar.
wow.
That is not what Oscar wanted. He cannot get his legs trapped.
Yeah, Oscar's doing a good job of trying to work at wall walk.
Oscar cannot allow his legs to be trapped because what Ben is going to do is he is going to steal time.
He's kebabing it right. It's exactly what he needs to do right now. Get the takedown, but the problem is he has to do something with it.
Oscar, I would even recommend, based on this fight probably being 1 round to 1 round.
Yep.
If I'm Oscar, I'd even put myself in a worse position to get out of this in order to be a little more active this round.
Yeah, you mean like give up your back in a way to try and – is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do because right now he's just going to get rode out of this position. Even though your opponent's not landing any punches, he's still on top. And in a close round, that's what you have to do.
Seems like if Ben has the legs controlled like that, Oscar couldn't even give up his back if he wanted to.
I know. It would be very difficult.
You know,
you have to create a scramble just to get, go Kimura lock.
Ben is doing nothing with this top position. All he's doing is just trying to take time off the clock. Oh,
the mount.
See, now he gives up the back like you talked about. Now you can give up the back. I would advise doing that too. If you're trapped on bottom right now, you're going to lose if you don't get up.
Oscar does have a guard.
Man, he got 1 leg out. Oscar got 1 leg out.
Now what you got right here is if you're on bottom and you're striking with the guy on top, you're losing that battle in the judges' eyes.
You know, if I'm Danny Summers, I'd have a little urgency in my instruction to him.
Yeah, I'd be saying you have to do something right now. If you don't get up, you've lost this fight.
You know, and to Ben's credit, I mean, if you look at like the fighters, you know, with what we've seen, you know, if Ben can get out of this fight with a W, I'd say good on him. But,
what a fight is what I was going to say.
Absolutely.
My goodness. I mean, this has went back and forth.
Well, and it's just right now what we talked about in between rounds. This is what he has to do. That's what I would tell him he has to do to win the fight, and he's doing it.
You know, there's 50 seconds left. If you know, you hate to give this round to Ben based on his lack of activity, but it's dominant
who else can
position.
you give it to?
You can't give it to Oscar based on.
No, I mean, in a close round, it's one thing. I mean, you just have to go who's doing the most damage.
This is one of those fights where Oscar wakes up tomorrow and he's going to be a little bit angry.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar did a lot of positive things, especially in that second round. But
yeah, and Ben is going to ride this round out in a dominant position.
Yep.
And he's effectively, in my opinion, stealing the round.
Oh, absolutely.
In the fight.
Yes,
yeah,
in the fight.
100%,
Yeah,
100%.
in the fight. And, you know, I mean, if you don't think that was being said in his corner, in Ben's corner, get that takedown, get that takedown, get that takedown.
Good fight.
And look at the sportsmanship, too. And, you know, to be honest with you, out of Intercept MMA, I wouldn't expect anything less. Yeah,
No.
Class act. That
was a good fight.
Absolutely. If I'm Oscar, I'm a little mad. I'm a little salty right now.
You guys called it early. What a high level of experience for an amateur fight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, a lot of experience. And, you know, Oscar, he's 23 years old. You know, he works on his wrestling. He's got some legitimate skill. He's got some legitimate skill there.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's a hard fought victory for Ben Willeford. I mean, he brought his lunch. You know, he brought his lunch in a bag,
Lunch pail.
Yeah, I mean that's what he
Worked
did.
it, earned it.
You know, to answer our question with that Mexican flag out there, I have no doubt Oscar speaks Spanish, man.
See.
Yeah, I love that country. Spent 3 years there.
Wow.
predictions, unanimous decision for Ben. What do you guys think?
I would think so.
No, you think? You don't think Oscar got that second round?
No, he did, but still unanimous decision
Okay.
of all three
Oh, cool.
judges. Not do what I say it's a
Absolutely.
shutout. No.
All right, 29-28.
I think
apologize.
29-28. Oh, I mean, clearly Oscar won the second round.
Yes, no. Yeah, I was mistaken, not yourself.
Yeah. But then again, you never know what judges are going
Yeah, we
to
saw some brutal decisions last time here. Now decisions just round scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean decisions kind of work their way out, but
Yep.
it was just kind of scratching your head going.
Trying to
what
wrap
happened?
your head around why someone scored a round one way.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the fight 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the Triton Funds red corner, Ben Willeford.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
I mean, I don't really see any other way how you could have scored.
No, I agree. I agree.
mean, it was a good fight.